Top of the day, top of the day. Back for another one. Another Rosco Odyssey walks, walk and talk. On a new location today. Something a little different, trying to switch it up. So yesterday was slightly foggy. Today is really foggy. Check that out. Wow, it's pretty thick. So, okay, just wanted to kind of show you what it's looking like right now. And I'll get into the weather here in a moment. Just I'm gonna set up real quick and we'll get it kicked off. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. We'll kick this off with a little weather report. So right now it's showing I'm looking at about 44 degrees. Yeah, it feels a little bit cooler than that, but I guess that's about right. With the high going into 60 degrees and a low at 42 degrees. Got air quality at 40. Looking at, it says here, dense fog advisory. Yeah, I agree with that one. Feels like 47. Okay, that's what it's reporting. UVI at 0. That's ultraviolet index. We got wind 3 mile per hour northeast at about 48 degrees with 4 mile per hour gusts. So the winds low winds today. We got sunset at 16:52. Sunrise was 07:18. Looking at it's showing 0 inches of rain today. Next rains are expected at about 0.1 inch, showing for possibly this Saturday. 10-mile visibility. Oh wow! I would call that a little bit lower for what I'm seeing right now, but okay. 91% humidity, and then we're looking at the moon phase at it's called waning gibbous. Waning gibbous. Illumination at 87%. Moon set 10:20, and the next full moon in 26 days. And that brings us to our atmospheric pressure at 30.32 in Hg. All right, so we got a little weather report jumped off, and we'll go ahead and kick into this. I'm gonna come around, and first and foremost, just would like to say, for anybody that watches and listens, I'm going to say thank you for that. And just kind of going to keep on. Here we go. So this is another local trail. It's not too far from me. A little bit further out, kind of spreading the wings this early day. Rolling out to a little bit different location. So I think the overall trail is about a 5-mile loop, but it even goes further, and then there's a smaller, I think there's like a 2-mile or 2.5-mile loop also. So we'll just take a little walk and talk and see where it all goes. They do a little bit of think this one has a little amphitheater area, training, or yeah, they'll do like little presentations and stuff on the local wildlife and that sort of thing. So man, it's tough to see what's actually out here, but it's like it's a kind of a marshland, sand duney type area. So it's interesting. Makes for a good walk and talk. So we're out on this little wooden bridge here. Okay, so what to talk about? I got there's a lot in the news. Hearing a lot in the news about drones, but like I said, I'm not gonna regurgitate or talk about stuff I don't know much about, but I do have a actual drone story that I could share out. And this was a couple years back. I was coming home from a dental appointment or running errands. I was doing something, okay, and I see a lady out in the neighborhood, and she has like this if anybody's, with the remote control cars, like the big remote, it's got the little joysticks on it. And I was like, oh, I didn't see no remote control car running around. So I'm just, pulled up. I was like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And kind of introduced myself. And then I noticed that there was one of those little drones. I don't know if it was like 2 blades or 4 blades or whatever, one of those type. And I was like, hey, so what you got going on? And she's like, oh, I'm out here. I represent solar this or that, and we're just looking at the area to see who might be interested in some solar. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, and I was like, hey, you could just fly that? Like, you could just fly that because you want to fly that around? Or, oh, no. She's like, oh, no, I'm here based on this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, girl, that's cool. And then I think I got some contact information or literature, and then she kind of packed it up and cut. So I was like, that was about, I don't know, maybe that's about a year and a half ago. That's an actual drone story. Now, I'm not saying the other stuff isn't actual. I'm just saying I don't know anything about it other than, what I'm hearing. So this is it right here. The Slough Trail, the Newark Slough Trail. Oh, this is kind of a trip. This is an old, I think this is like a, excuse me. Ooh-wee. There is low visibility out here, man. Oh, it's all kind of graffitied up, but this thing is sinking in there. You see that? It's kind of sinking down in there. Oh. Let's see if I can get around this side. So come around this way. All right. Yeah. Pretty cool. Okay. What else to talk about today? Rosco Odyssey. What we got? Let's see. Let me ponder some topics. I'll be back. Okay, back at it. All right, so let's kick this off with just a quick follow-up. On yesterday's video, I talked about reaching out to one of the local, it's like a little shop, it's like a shopping center business complex, and there's a Walmart and a Home Depot. And anyway, the parking lot was in pretty bad shape, like at least 2 days in a row, since I had to run out there and get some stuff. There wasn't really no improvement to it. So I said, well, maybe they're looking for something. I don't know, maybe it's a potential opportunity for me. So I reached out, found the information. I reached out to the facility maintenance or property management and offered services for garbage pickup and just general cleanup on the exterior out there in the parking lot. Passed along my information, got their information, and so at least I initiated that part, and I'll see if I'll follow up either today or tomorrow, just to kind of see how it goes. But at least I started that, so never know. Rosco Odyssee's clean sweep, So yeah, so that's that, and that'll get me into the next topic here. It's something that because as I do this is kind of a definitely. Oh shoot, did that mess up? My bad. Everything's good. I think it's working the way it's supposed to. Come around here. So what I was getting at is the next topic. Is as I'm learning on the fly with this stuff, and I've got some benchmarks, some things that I'd like to accomplish, and then I've got some plans to really switch it up and maybe move into something a little bit different, but still doing this, but getting to a point where I'm actually on camera speaking. Public speaking ain't easy. It's not for me anyway. It's not. So I just until I get to that point, or that time, and two, like I say, I'm working this on my time frame, so I'm not I'm learning, because I don't even know if the stuff that I talk about is monetizable, so that's something I gotta take into consideration, how to accomplish that, because I think just by, like I say, repetition, keep practicing, keep learning, those avenues or those doors and opportunities will appear, So for right now, this is the plan. Continue with the Rosco Odyssey walking talks. Try to stay fresh out here. Keep it. I'm trying to keep it lighthearted and but still trying to hopefully bring some relevant or helpful information. And I really kind of want to stick to, because that's the thing too, is like when you start doing this, I don't know about being an influencer and all that. I'm not. I just like I said, I don't have manipulations and machinations, just ideas, thoughts, informations, and considerations. And I don't know that can be monetized like the way they do. So I have to, see what are the options. Now, as far as sales, Yeah, sales is kind of an interesting because it's like a combination of marketing and salesmanship, and that's something I'm cool with. Like I said, I thought I was gonna be eBay Hot Wheels, you know, super salesman, and I still might do that. Collectibles, it's just fun stuff. It's just lighthearted stuff. So I think you can still make a little scratch on that, but and other things like tools and that sort of stuff. But as far as sales, yeah, I mean, it's I've done some door to door. This was when I was younger, door to door. I sold surf soap door to door, and we were just being young and dumb, man. We there was surf soap samples in one of the apartment complexes, and we said, well, we could let's take these and sell them door to door. And we did that. Me and a couple friends. So I found myself, face to face, just trying to sell a free sample of surf soap. I remember it because I know we made like $9, but they sent me home with the leftover. So I got home with the leftovers. My uncle was like, man, what are you doing with that stuff? I said, I sold this door to door. He's like, where'd you get it? And he got a little hot. He kind of gave me the explanation, like, yeah, you can't be doing that. So, but on the other hand, he was like, well, it's cool that you actually made some bread on that. So he didn't go too hard on me, but and then yeah, so I think that's kind of, I think when you want to kind of bring, maybe you develop an audience or I don't even think I'm developing an audience. I'm just bringing, like I say, ideas, thoughts, and informations and considerations. So that to me is not necessarily a sales pitch, but again, that's I'm looking into that. I'm exploring that right here, doing this, and we'll see where it goes. Boy, it is minimal. I don't think this stuff's gonna burn off anytime soon. I would imagine. Usually, when it's like this, usually by noon it clears out. This little bridge here and this little waterway, and then it just kind of continues out, and then off into the direction I'm pointing right now is the bay, but it's all fogged out. But all right, so that's where it's at for today, folks. I'm not going to run it too long today. It's a little different. Just wanted to get into a little different scenery, and like I say, I'm showing you some of the places I travel, things I do, things I see. Okay, so there it is. Rosco Odyssey walks, walk and talk in the fog, part 2 or duh.